Hello everybody, and we are live with a letter from the Pope. It's purposely misleading title. It's not wrong, it is a letter from the Pope. 13th century Pope. Yeah, that counts. That'd be a good YouTube title. Maybe I shouldn't put in YouTube letters. That would probably be bad. That could be quite stupid. Okay. Today is Ash Wednesday. I should have put my glasses on. Oh well. Doing that tonight. How is everybody doing? For now, there is no viewers. So if you're watching the if you are watching the video later on, hello, good to see you. Hopefully you can come live one day. I see there is like a handful of you. Awesome. Yeah, today we're looking at a 13th century letter from Gregory IX, which is sent sorry, to the Cistercian monastery. I'm not sure which, we'll find out, because there are two main ones in Milan. There is Chiaravalle and Morimondo. We'll figure it out. I will now start to transcribe, because why not? Okay. Gregorius, Episcopus servorum Dei. Electis filius. I guess he didn't know the name. Priori et I think it's I wonder what this means. Primerio. It's not even the secession of this is Ecclesia Campagnola. It P something Merio canonico Ecclesiae de Campagnola Regine? That's not no, Rook. Oh god. Bing. Why? Why, oh why? Why, oh why you gotta say goodbye? Tell me why. What is this raging? What could it be? Because a line on an I is an M or an N, but on an N it could be ER. And it seems there's an N at the end and an I here. That's a bit interesting. Let's see the abbreviation. Let's see if we can find anything. No, probably not. Campagnola, Regina, Dioceses, Salutus et Applicam Salutus et Apostolicam Benedictione. cum ecclesia de Caira ordinis sancti Augustini sic collapsant. Enormiter quod in suo non poterat ordine reformari abati e conventui abati e conventui monasteri de Cerreto ordinis Cistercensiem ordinis I assume that's Cistercensiem as abbreviation. Cistercensiem duxerimus concedendam iuxta illud quod in evangelio dicitur de vinea locanda agricolis alis qui fructum temporibus sive. It's a long E there. I make a cup of tea in the meantime. Sive reddant et tam edem abati ut monasterio suo incorporaret ecclesiam supradictam quam nema non abati fontis what is this? Fontis vivi. Iuvi. Could be in integrum. That's interesting. Not sure what it is. It from the living font. Et eius college mandaverunus. Mandaverunus. That's a weird. Mandaverimus, of course. mandaverimus, which is we will mandaverimus. You, that's a word. That's good. Oh, where is my mouse cursor? Ut canonicis eiusdem. Ut canonici eiusdem ecclesiae in alis locis city. Siri? What does Siri mean? No, it's a star. Siti ordinis providerent quidam ex ipsis non facientes. Quidam ex ipsis. Is ipsis even a thing? Yep, it is. Non facientes. Debus aliquam mentionem non menzione. Ooh, that's interesting because it's not an abbreviation of the E. This word here. What's this? Because it's a very interesting word. Because min, besides the fact, because it should be a T, right? Min, T, O, name. Should be menzione. I'm suspicious about the line here. But alas. Sed proponentes quod huh. EBITDA is just an abbreviation for, I mean, we know what it means. Abbas, just gonna put a wee dot there. Et conventus super eadem ecclesia, super eadem ecclesia et possessionibus cities in injuriabantur Iuriabantur. That's not a word, isn't it? Huh. Interesting. Injuriabantur. That's weird because it could be Viriaban. Is there an I there? It's kind of weird. See if I can find it. Could be a word. Uriabantur. We'll draw images now. Who's the viewer? Uriabantur. That's kind of interesting. Could be because in Uriabantur. Bantur. Ooh, that is a word. To interested wrong. Uriabantur. Nice, okay. Ace them. Of course, letter generally a response to disputes, I suspect, or grantings. Ad abatem santi. Ad abatem santi. Tommy, I assume. Et convidices suos super hoc in forma comuni in forma comuni obtuavierunt obtuverint, because it seems like an N. Let's see. Lots of meanings here. Kubovi, U-N-T, erunt. It seems like an erunt here. Could be optinuerunt. Optinuerunt, to get hold of. Yeah, that's word. Optinuerunt litteras. Contra. Too many R's. Yeah, but good to see you. Thou are live and what's called? Contra eos qui totaliter accedentes ad voluntatem illorum vel existen. That's a good choice. Good. Good morning, dude. Maybe the only viewer today. In this papal letter. I'm drinking a cup of tea. I drank 2 coffees today. And 1 cup of tea. Nice and warm. Existentes. I'm doing my revisions to my first chapter of my thesis. Before I can do my supervisor. So it doesn't rip apart too much. Hopefully. Well, hopefully it does. Hopefully give me good feedback. Avidi. Gravaminis. What, the feedback? No, I've not received them yet. I'm still finishing the chapter. I'm doing my own revisions first. I did the conclusion of it on Monday. Yes, I took a break for it, and I'm hoping the next 2 days to clean it up and then send it away. It's it's for my annual progress review, which is due in April. So pretty happy to finish it already. Okay. Got a bit of time to do revisions. And revision is actually quite fun. I quite enjoy going back and reading my writing from this very outside aggressive perspective. It's quite fun. It convinces. It's quite like also doing proofreading. It's always like, what is this? What does this mean? Confusing. Consider rewarding. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I like when I read it and it's like, oh, this. I like when I read it. I have time to change it, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty bad. I probably should just rewrite this whole paragraph. And then I generally write it better. I quite like when I can spot mistakes. Is that weird? Am I weird? Probably. Una serie memorati 8. Probably like hang up from primary school. It contem. No, that's fair. That's fair. What is contempnertes? What is this? That's too many ends. For me, it's essential. If I don't read it back, like I only when I read it back, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm actually saying. Yeah, this is actually my point of the whole 10,000 words written. Like just now, I was reading the introduction of my first section. It's like, oh, I'm trying to say this, this, and this. Now I understand. It's kind of weird. I'm not good. I have a friend that I don't know. Maybe he was lying, but just like, oh, you could just write, and it makes sense the first try. I'm like, wow, that's impressive. What is this word? Contempt. Nentes. Yeah. I think they're lying. I think they're lying. I don't believe them. I don't believe someone can do that. It's illegal. It's not fair. Also, I don't know, because the aspect of I don't know, unless I think a lot and I can measure everything. Because we tell, I don't know, I feel that we tell concept, like, we tell like 10 edits, right? You cannot choose it properly. Maybe I just have a very unclear thinking. What is this? Contemporanentes? Because is this a P? But it's not. I don't. It seems like a normal P. It's just pn. Contem. Contemponentes? What is this? It's a word. It's a word. Contempno, contempnere, contempti, contemptus. God, Lord Almighty, that's a really hard word to say. It means to think little of, look down on, take poor view of, pay no heed, disregard. Contempt, I guess. But it's contempt. There is a T straight after. Idiom. I know. It's a paper letter, right? Hey, Edwin. So I assume it's regarding a dispute, some orders are not being followed, whatever. We can translate it afterwards, see what happens. Etiam ordinationem quam fecimus de supradicta. How are you, Edwin? Hungry? Supradicta ecclesia et personis. Ecclesia et personis eiusdem spreta. Spreta? What does spreta mean? Seems. Spreta, scorn, despise, spurn. Oh, nice. They're words I've never seen before. Quite strong language indeed. Quite strong language indeed. Appellazione ad nos inter inter oh. Interiecta. I think it's ecta, it's probably eostem canonicus in possessionem ipsius ecclesiae. I wonder why they always put the S. They always put the abbreviation of the S here rather than writing ipsius. It's kind of weird. Reduxerunt et tam in cerreti, which is a place, abatem quam in presatum abatem fontis. Oi, abatem fontis vivi, I assume. Et collegium sum et plures favi. Sorry, shiver faventes. What's faventes? It isn't. It is fair. It's a bit strange sometimes. Some of the things need to get used to, like this. Is it long P and it odd? And it's odd. But it is a people letter, so faventes, favor. There are lots of words I never met before. Like faventes or contempnentes or sperreta. So good learning. Faventes eidem. Favente means favor, befriend, support, back up. Monasterio presumserunt, I assume. Ooh, there's an excommunication happening. Presumserunt, I think that's what's doing. Presumserunt. Yeah, that's true. And also the need, right? The presumserunt means presumo, presumere, presumsi. Besides presuppose, blah, blah, also means consume beforehand, anticipate. It makes sense, and also, yeah, the type of method, right? Generally, we're looking at sales or even disputes. Here is like spiritual attack. What did I do? Can you all see me? Yes. Have you done lots of? You must have encountered quite a few letters, right, in your own research. Excommunicationi sententiam promulgare. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. So presume they had a presumption to give a sentence of excommunications, I assume. Quos. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. And is that like you analyzed their content and compared them to each other? Kind of thing, their structure and jazz? And all that jazz? Etiam excommunicatus fecerunt per Chiwi. Yeah. Fair. So the general analysis. How many letters do you get? Fair. Well, of course, she's always seen only in that light, isn't she? Chiwi. Chiwitatum. Publice. Siari. Unde? Um, that's a lot. Okay. It's probably on the around 100. Must have been. Maybe they use like a database or something to collect a database or something to collect the information together. How did you or just taking notes on all the things you've read and then went on from there? Because I guess when it's yeah. What is this word? Banuliter? Baituliter? No worries. I was just wondering how you collected your information and yeah, and used it like it's just notes on each letter and then as an overview. Because when you start getting 100 or so letters, it becomes hard to keep everything in mind, I guess, right? And I don't know what this word is. I read this, but I don't think it's correct. Feels so bad monitor. That's a weird word. That's a weird one. Anyway. Well, that's a part of existing research. All the writing of the entry numbers to take on. Nice, okay. So you just made a big table. Put all information in. Put your numbers and then you can just refer back when you need it. That makes sense. PT batur. Ut cum dignum. And what did the and where did your what's it called? You took the diagram of the monastery. Where did that come in? Like what section was that? Did you analyze the artistic output of Matilda? Sit ut dicti abbas sancti Tome Okay. It eius. Fair. From your old drawings. Con vidices. Wait, if you submitted your corrections, I guess you're not dealing with the authorship thing at all. You just left it. Right? Is that correct? What is it word now? What is this madness? Conjudices? Fair. I mean, especially if you don't have information. No? Can be a future article. Be a future article. What is this word? Conjudices? Conjudices, ho capito. Conjudices, the judging together. Vidicentur quo judicio, judicarunt, actually probably is, con judices, vidicentur, I think vidicentur is a thing, right? No, it's not. Okay, but what about judicentur? Okay. Judicentur quo judicio. This is like a tongue twister. Con judices judicerum quo judicio judicarunt. Judicio judicarunt et qui mensura mensi fuerunt remediatur. Yep. Apologies. It is providere super hoc sicut convenit dignaremur dim consider thing worthy. Dignaremur quo curta presentium vobis authoritate Mandamus quatinus si est. Ita processum yeah, it's quite easy, quite readable today. It's good. Now I did make sense what it says. Ipsorum et quicquid ex eo seturtum o feturtum? Fecirtum? Okay. I think it's an S actually. Could be securtero, secutero. Feciterum. Fecirteru. Yeah, I don't see this word. Any thoughts? Any thoughts on this one? Secirtum? Secuturum? But there is. Hey Daniel. Hello, how are you doing? Meeting along? No worries. Securturum. There's a lot of letters that are not here, right? Because secu, there's a U, only 2 minims here for 3 letters. That's about a lot. I could see the tour. I could see a tourum here. Ah, that's it. I'm sorry about that. Oops. What were you doing? Civ 5? Secutum? I don't think it's a word. Secutum. Oh, it is a word. Secutum. This game, I'm not gonna get it. That's what I'm. A bit like Crusader Kings 2. It's very, very hard to. It's very bad idea. Thanks, Daniel. Secutum is the word. I think that's the word we want. Which means Gandhi. Follow, score a 10, aim, strive for, seek. Oh wait, Gandhi and Julius Caesar, aren't they a different period in time? From literature, no? Not necessarily anything, but Totum est vel ob illum in Gandhi of nukes. Wait, what? What? Do you go from the beginning to the end? And they're from different periods of time. That is quite bad. So what's the premise of Civ 6? Is it 5 or 6, by the way? Sounds pretty stupid, yeah. When everyone was young. Younger, so much younger than today. Oh, what the... Okay, this writing is nice and all that, but all the meanings are the same. Ooh, it's hard. It's really hard to get. I don't know, it's not the H, it's not the kid. 6. Foolish move, yeah, it's a bad move. Mm-mm. And what civil you're playing as? What civilization? In Urtum. Is that what we get? Just lots of R's in a row. Maybe because under Trajan the Roman Empire was its biggest extension, if I'm not mistaken. I think it might be. Yeah. Yeah, leading this, he led the empire to attain its maximum total extent, and he was one of the best rulers from Rome. He ruled for 20 years. Not bad. Not bad. What's his word, guys? In the last 5 minutes of the stream. Wasn't that Hadrian? Also Trajan, yeah. This one, Multum. You're brave, then you. There's no Isle to. I think you're thinking of the column, aren't you? Yeah, I'm also not classic. What's the name in Italian of Trajan? Is Traiano. Okay, yeah. Oh, also, by the way, according to Wikipedia, Trajan is also like seen as the best emperor kind of thing. Can already study them without getting yourself corrupted. So, worth being careful. Yeah, the Archer Trajan. Yeah, let me. This is the Arco di Traiano in Ancona. Okay, that's not Rome. That's famous. The column of Trajan is famous. Oh, weird. That's quite famous one. I think that's the main one where he details his victory. I don't think he did the Colosseum. Yeah, pretty famous. Oops, sorry. In. Ooh. In ear. What the hell? Yeah, fair. I can imagine the column the column of Trajan. I think this is an R. I think this is another R. And I think this is another R. This is a T actually. Yertum. You took a lot of classes in your undergraduate, man. You're very eclectic, knowledgeable. I guess that's normal in the US. UK university is like, eh. That's very cool. Indeed. I don't know what this word is, man. I'm confused. Infurtum. That is what I read. Penitas. Penitus? Penitus. Revocantes et districte Nicominus. 12 classes a year, nice. That's quite cool. So did you change your major midway through, or you finished sociology and then went into medieval, art history? Nicominus. Vintes. In aliquo de Cicero per predictas litteras That's a big change. Why do you think you would like it? What pushed you towards sociology? What was the inspiration to go there? What is NCAS? Fair. What did you expect it to be, Daniel? What was your expectation? I mean, I picked the major. I was like, history. Let's do it. You did good fun. History's great. What is this game? NRs. See what NR. Let's see what Capelli suggests. Nostras. Yeah, of course. Not bad. Procedant. Ad absolventes. Absolventes. Guess I was imagining something more number driven. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Now, when I think of sociology, I do think of just like arts, right? Kind of thing. Of liberal arts rather than science. I think psychology is a lot more number driven, generally speaking. Well, sociology is more like I like probably my work counts as sociology as well. I could have in sociology. Like women's studies is sociology sometimes. Edwin just made a harsh statement, so. Really? That's quite funny. The numbers even exist. I mean, other numbers symbols anyway. Just putting other predictors ad caudelam sicut excommunicati fuerunt iam dictos abbatem sanctitoni. Maybe you should, given that you're only with symbols. It. Find yourself having free time, then you should, for sure. I'm at old philosophy. I did a year of philosophy, and that's not cool. I heard from this guy, Wittgenstein, and maybe some Bernard Russell, which is sample exposure. I think everything is related to Plato and Aristotle, more or less. So, if you go back enough. Oh, it's almost time. I don't know. 4 minutes in it. I know nothing. In philosophy, I did a year of philosophy in university, first year. Then I left it because it was pretty shy. I like philosophy a lot in theory, but wasn't a big fan of the philosophy department. Must have been. Beneficios, benefique, ficio. What the? Oh, beneficio, better. Suspensus ad presentiam nostram. But I should read more of it. Personaliter. I took Latin instead the next year, which I think was more useful for my career. Censuram ecclesiasticam accedere compellatis con contradictores. Okay, I think that's me for today. Contradictores. I'll soon a couple more lines. Et rebelles per censuram eandem appellazione posposit. Appellazione posposit compenscendo. Compenscendo. What does compenscendo mean? So what do you guys plan for the rest of the day? Compenscendo. Given that we're about to finish the stream. Anything cool planned? Non obstantibus litteris varum tenore tacito. Or syllabus. Oh yeah, I saw that on Twitter. You know what you should look at? Maybe. Not that might not relate, but there is this cool chronicle from well, basically I forgot that it's English king. I think after Edward the Third, yes, after him, and after Richard II, the one after that. Henry the Fourth, I think Henry the Fourth. that sounds a lot. That sounds a lot, you know? Dude, taking up. Go take a nap now. Can you do that? And what's the exam about? Seems crazy. Do it. Nah. Don't forget to sleep. Is that for becoming a better software engineer, I guess? What about saying there is this chronicle where it describes when one of the generals of Henry the Fourth, I think it was, robs a church in France and steals and desecrates the Eucharist to steal the ostenser, and he gets hanged for it. So maybe, I don't know, is that something that sounds more or less interesting or useful? The desecrating churches and the consequence of it. I'm taking the class because it includes an intro to discrete maths and linear algebra, which are fair. Let me see, let me find it up for you. I did a course in it back in my university time. Just a little bit. I do. Nice. And it's old. I'm looking for that. War non-combatant. Henry the Fifth. Yeah. Henry the Fifth military ordinances. Might be something of interest for you. And there is a whole I'm missing it. Anyway, that might be interesting to look. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it did embarrass, but it eventually lost, so you know. Salmon bonnet. Come on. Should be here. Give me a jiffy. Maybe it's in a chronicle. Because the ordinances of war are printed and like a resource that could be useful, and there are parts on desecrating churches. So I guess now you're starting to do a course in it, aren't you? I'm looking forward to teaching some. I'm not done it yet. We did done one lecture once, but not actually done any classes yet, which is kind of sad. I don't research for the matter, to be honest. I should. Sorry, no, but I cannot find it. Unfortunately, which is a shame. because it was very interesting. Ah, very fair. Very smart. Very smart. Alright, I'll try to find it. I don't know, because my professor took out some of the stuff from the model, I think. And it must have been taken out because I cannot find it. But in its ordinance of war, you see it says that people that desecrate the churches will be killed. So that's worth thinking about. And that's Henry V's ordinance of war. I will do. Actually, I don't know what to look at. Anyway, enjoy that. Good luck, Daniel. Go sleep a bit. I mean, probably the French still hard all the time. More than in 15th century. They didn't really take over in 1500. More in the Napoleon, right? Still most of the art. The French always steal art, of course. It's French. What do you expect? Art and manuscripts and all that stuff. That's why there's lots of manuscripts in Paris. Yeah, it's one of those things. Alright, people, thank you so much for joining us tomorrow. I think we're going to do some more letters. Letters are quite fun, quite interesting. And yeah, good luck with the rest of the day. And goodbye, bye-bye.